We've all seen you on the sideline, quote unquote, coaching. What do you think?
More so coaching the refs.
Yeah. What do you think you've learned from having to watch? Because it is a unique perspective, and you probably, I mean, you haven't had injuries, so you haven't really had that type of perspective.
I think and I was talking to Steph about this, it's so much easier said than done. It gives you good perspective for it's so easy to be why wouldn't you pass it there? Or why did you forget to set that screen? Or why didn't you cut? Or how did you not see this and that? And obviously when I'm in the game, I'm everything is happening so fast and I'm trying to watch so many different things. And it's so much easier to sit on the side and be well, I saw this and I saw this and I saw this. No, when you're actually in the heat of things, the coaches give us so much grace, and as teammates, you have to give your teammates grace too. Of they're trying to manage so much and see so many different things at one time, and especially as a point guard, you're trying to manage everything and calling the plays and running the correct stuff and getting everybody in the right position and whatever it is. So you don't always realize with how fast the game's going.
Wait, so do you think you've learned more about and maybe have more understanding for your coaches?
For sure.
And their frustration?
For sure.
No, that's interesting.
I mean, I think just for everyone.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
From all different perspectives. I feel like I would be a really good ref, though, from the side.
Yeah.
I wouldn't miss the call.
Backseat ref.
Hey, Caitlin. Good to see you. Obviously, there's been a lot kind of going on this week.
What?
I may have heard some things. Wanted to see after Nafisa's comments and what she alleged that Kathy Engelbert had said specifically about you, what your thoughts were on that, and have a follow-up.
Well, I mean, first of all, I have great respect for Fee, and I think she made a lot of very valid points. And I think what people need to understand, we need great leadership in this time across all levels. This is straight up the most important moment in this league's history. This league's been around for 25 plus years, and this is a moment we have to capitalize on. So that's honestly what I would say. I think there's, Fee said it all with what she said, and I think the points she made were very valid.
Had you heard that story from her before she said it publicly? And then have you spoken with Kathy Engelbert or heard from her at all since then?
No. This place is incredible, and I think you've heard so many people talk about it over the course of the last few weeks, whether it's the Colts, whether it's Pacers, whether it's been our players. It's just incredible. It's, in a way, it almost feels like a college, like a university, all the teams are supporting each other, and you don't get that in professional sports really. But you have that here, and I think that just speaks I always say, obviously I'm from Iowa, Indianapolis, I understand it's a big city, but it doesn't really feel that way to me. It's a very close-knit group. Everybody supports one another, but then you have the professional sports teams, and that's what everybody's most passionate about here. And that's what I love about it. People really show up. A lot of these fans, these have been their teams since they've been 5 years old. This is all they've known. These are the only teams they've cheered for. And, to have this type of success across the board, obviously the Colts have had an amazing start to their season, and the Pacers won last year, and then everything we've been able to persevere and, reach the WNBA semifinals. It's a really special time in this city, and, I can't imagine myself in a better place, and just really fortunate to have, made different friendships with different athletes across the city, and just have the support from not only the city, but the state as a whole.
Intro, dramatic tone. The truth is finally out. Caitlin Clark just sat down for one of the most revealing interviews of her young career, and what she said about the WNBA has left fans shocked, players furious, and the league scrambling for answers. In her latest interview, Caitlin didn't hold back. For the first time, she openly talked about the real issues inside the WNBA, from unfair treatment and media bias to the lack of accountability within the league itself. She revealed how, despite being the face of women's basketball and bringing in record-breaking ratings, sponsorships, and fan engagement, the WNBA still refuses to evolve. Clark said, "You can't grow a league while silencing the people who make it matter." Fans immediately picked up on what she was saying, that many within the WNBA are still trying to control the narrative, pushing away new energy instead of embracing it. And the numbers don't lie. Ratings are up when Clark plays, merchandise sales are higher than ever, yet the league continues to make headlines for the wrong reasons. Internal feuds, player jealousy, and poor leadership decisions. Caitlin also hinted at what really happens behind the scenes, the pressure, the politics, and the subtle ways she's been targeted since day one. She said, "I didn't come here to be liked by everyone. I came here to compete and make a difference." Dramatic turn. That one line exploded across social media, fans calling her the voice of change, while critics accused her of disrespecting the league. But here's the reality. Caitlin Clark is doing what the WNBA has refused to do for years, telling the truth. She's shining a spotlight on a system that's been broken for too long, and it's no surprise that some people in power aren't happy about it. Whether you love her or hate her, one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark is no longer just a player, she's a movement. And if the WNBA doesn't start listening, the fans and the future might walk right out the door with her. Would you like me to make this version longer and more emotional, like your previous documentary-style narrations? Or keep it short and intense for a YouTube short?